got our hub meeting tonight as well. So it's a
Ooh,
busy day.
it is. It is a busy, busy day. Okay, we are getting started. Let's have a look. Hi, everyone. Let's also have a look on our Zoom webinar. Let's have a look. Let's test out the chat on Zoom. If anyone can send hi.
I've literally
Let's.
just got that ready. There we go.
There we
Giz is
go.
first.
Hi, Gis, Josh. Hey, everyone. Okay, so wonderful. Hi, everyone. Another Thursday, another live trading room here with Lachlan from Samurai Day Trading and here at the Trading Pit. Okay. I'm not going to take too much of your time because Lachlan did mention that we have a very volatile day ahead of us. So you are expected to have a very interesting session. Guys and girls, take out your pens, your notebooks, write any important thing that he says down. It is very helpful. And just as a reminder for everyone, we have a promotion going on at the Trading Pit right now. I will mention it again towards the end of the session, but if anyone wants to get his or hers trading challenge for a cheaper price, now's your chance. I'll share the codes later on in the chat and at the end of the trading session. But for now, just, have your fun. Happy trading. Lachlan, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So hi, guys and girls. Hope you are absolutely magic. Now, what I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to run through our intro slides to get started. So Justin, how are you? Hope you're fantastic. Guys, we've actually got a lot to go through today. The Japanese close trade, guys, Japanese close trade this afternoon on the S&P 500 was an enormous trade, and guys, again, the S&P's actually been selling down all day, and then of course the European markets open. We get over 120 point gap to the downside, which effectively means S&P's rallying and the Germans are falling. So we have a disconnect in the market. So we have a fair bit of work to do today. So guys, let me just get this up and rolling. So we've got all of our technical stuff is working. So perfect. Welcome, guys. Welcome. My name is Lockie. I'm going to be taking you through the session today, guys. As young Arlen, guys, has mentioned, I am the lead trader, guys, lead trader at Samurai Day Trading. Very, very passionate about this thing called trading. As in my humble opinion, having done this since 2007, as may I suggest, trading is not easy, but it is simple. Consistency is the key. Now, guys, today I was doing a coaching call, guys, with one of the traders in Australia, guys, and it's becoming very clear very quickly, guys, that if you wait for the candle to close and then you make a decision on its personality, you are highly likely to be very consistent as a trader. Guys, I even covered that last night. I was in one of our platinum webinars, and tonight we have the Global Hub meeting, guys. Global Hub meeting is on, and we are going to be talking about that again. So again, if you're available for the Global Hub, guys, we've got some really cool stuff to go through, there's no doubt. So guys, the best traders, again, we'll run through these slides as quickly as we can. Guys, best traders that I have ever seen in the game of trading, guys, are those people that are trained in a live trading room simply because they have transparency of exactly what to do, guys, exactly what to do and exactly when to do it. So as a live trading room also means you've got a great little family of people around the world. You can work as a team with other people, which is exciting, and you have transparency. Guys, why is transparency is important? Again, my humble opinion, transparency is important because if you see a system working every day, you can actually develop confidence in that system. That leads to a great trading psychology, and before you know it, you're on your way to being a professional trader. So again, there's quite a few trading rooms in the world. Guys, may I suggest the best trading rooms offer immediate proof of performance straight away. They build confidence, and there's clearly nowhere to hide in a live chart, guys. So you'll find today, as we don't call any signals in hindsight. We're actually warning you well before the signal occurs. If the market does this, we're going to do that. And it's kind of good fun. Guys, because we also get to run an AMA format, which is a little bit military, guys, but effectively AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. So if there's anything that pops up, guys, you're not 100% sure about, then please do sing out. Now, In terms of compliance, guys, we'll run our compliance on the strictest jurisdictions in the world, which are currently Australia and New Zealand. Guys, we've got quite a few Aussies and Kiwis that are going to log in today. As Australia sets the standard for our compliance, so we'll basically roll everything on Australia, and that means everyone falls in behind that, which is perfect. So as we are going to be trading futures today, some are trading CFDs. What does that ultimately mean? There's two risks in trading. There's a risk of making money and also losing money. Because we are trading on margin, that means we borrow a little bit of money every time we take a trade. As that means that ultimately that risk is magnified. Therefore, we are professional risk controllers. That's all that we do. Now, guys, when it comes to the presentation today, as everything we do is general information only. Past performance of any financial product, guys, is not allowed to be used as a reference for future performance. This is fascinating. That's because recently we're running some Facebook ads, guys, in the US and also Australia. And we actually had a guy say on Facebook to us, hey, Lockie, if trading's that much fun, why don't you show us your trading statement? Guys, are you aware that if you show a trading statement on Facebook now, you get banned? So you are not allowed. I didn't know this until we read the community standards, community guidelines for Facebook. But if you show any kind of performance over a sustained period, Facebook will ban you. So that's obviously not a very good thing. Screen sharing. Let me just make sure, guys. I'll just make sure that we're definitely sharing. Now, with that said, so we should be sharing, guys. So can the Zoom people, you guys, Jeff, can you see a PowerPoint now? Better, thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Liz, how are you? Hope you're fantastic. Breezy, you're good. Okay, awesome. So you guys have been listening to my dulcet tones. Now I've got a trader, guys, who's brand new with us, saying, "Hey, Lockie, the live trading room's not open." I said, and I'll just say to him, go to the TTP Thursday link. Hang on, I've got it. So, guys, I'm not very good at talking and typing. So hold on one sec. So we've got brand new traders joining us. They're trying to find the LTR, the LTR link. So we'll see how they go. So we speak about past performance, guys. Know about Facebook, so you can't put a trading statement on Facebook. Not allowed to. Get in lots of trouble for doing that. Now, guys, market risk factors. Again, today we're going to be presenting over the internet, guys. The markets are volatile, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and enter and exit the market as best as we possibly can. As I would suggest today, the markets are going to melt down. There's a lot of angry in the markets today. How do we measure angry? The direction of the percentage angle on the trend indicator. It is very angry, guys, at this point in time. MJ, Phil in Western Australia, Phil in WA is trying to work out how to get in. So, guys, again, what does it mean? Market risk factors. Guys, I'll do my best to guide you in and out of the market today as best as I possibly can. Guys, because we are trading over the internet, it simply means there's no guarantee, guys, that we'll be able to trade and get exactly the same results. That said, though, I'm going to do my best to guide you guys in and out of the market. Now, we've got KPIs, guys, or daily goals in each of the trading rooms. Josh, first-time caller. Josh, how are you? Love it. So, guys, we've got a KPI. So for those that haven't been in this trading room today, guys, our KPI is $200. So what we're aiming to do is get the market to move around about 10 points in our favor, even for the most beginner traders. Guys, there are a number of traders with us today who will be going for significantly larger targets. Guys, what we're doing is we're running the LTR on a $200 per day KPI. The whole idea is when you get good at using the LTR, as you should be sitting in around about $1,000 per week. It doesn't take long before that gathers momentum, and before we know it, you're off and racing. Now, guys, with that said, again, for those that don't know me, my name is Lockie. I'm the head coach and presenter, guys, at Samurai. I also designed all of the trading strategies and indicators that we use. Guys, I'm now humbly and very, very excitingly supported, guys, by a team of 6 who are located in 6 different countries simultaneously. So we do have a really, really good team, guys, behind us now, and that's actually proving to be really, really good fun. It takes the pressure off me, guys, so I can get on with the job of trading, which is awesome. Now, guys, if you do need anything at all, email-wise, I know email is very old school, but 2 things: tech support, guys, info@samuraidaytrading.com. Guys, everything else to say hello at samurai.daytrading.com. But speaking of that, we do have our hub meeting on tonight. Guys, we do have a hub meeting on tonight. If there's anyone out there in the world that does not have the link to the hub meeting, guys, for all the members, it's in the members area. If you're not a member, guys, all you need to do is send an email to Samurai. Guys, send an email to Samurai, say hello at Samurai, guys, and just ask for a link to the hub. Guys, that is a global support hub put on for all of the members. Justin, the hub is 30 minutes after the LTR closes. It is going to be recorded and placed in the members area. So if you're not available, that's okay. What we do in the hub, guys, we basically go through the charts. We talk about what we've done, why we've done it, how we've done it. But ultimately what we do, guys, is we talk about, again, how we could have traded better. So there's always room to trade really, really well. We do CSA, we do all of the cool stuff, guys, all of the cool stuff to get everybody up and racing. Now, speaking of that, guys, we do this on the last Thursday of every month. There is our slide that talks about the monthly online hub. Guys, the whole reason we do it is that if you're brand new to trading or you're experienced as a trader, wherever you are in the world, it's always good fun to look at what other people are doing. Guys, quite often we do interviews with people. Tonight we're not interviewing, we're focused on the charts. But the interviews we've done recently, guys, have been really, really popular. So when we interview traders that are moving forward, guys, it's almost like the best social proof ever. This trader is moving forward. This is what they're doing. So you can basically copy their trades. Thank you, MJ. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. So guys, if you're not a member of Samurai, you can still come to the hub meeting, guys. It's through the free membership. So again, if you're not a member and you want to become a member, guys, just email Samurai, say hello at Samurai, and say, how do I become a free member? Guys, and we'll be able to get you off and racing. So what to expect, guys? What to expect? Again, for those that have been here before, we're going to do exactly the same as what we did last time. In fact, we've done it all week this week. It's been really, really good fun. So we're going to let the market do the heavy lifting. What does that mean? The market is going to tell us when to trade. Guys, the market will also tell us exactly how much risk to take, targets to use. And again, the volatility and the angle of the market is going to tell us whether we're going for long range or short range targets. The 4 strategies I'm going to focus on, guys, for the beginner traders today, guys, are the ones highlighted in red over there on the left-hand side. Again, I did get asked a great question last week. Right? So there's 8 different signals that we use. There's 2 signals for beginner traders and there's 6 signals for the slightly more advanced traders. So we're going to be working through all of those today. Right? For the advanced traders, you know exactly what to do. For the beginner traders, I'm going to guide you as best as I possibly can. As having done this for a little while, I really do enjoy guiding people in and out of the market. So that said, the markets are volatile. Let's go to the charts. Not only are the markets volatile, but they're also disjointed. So we've got the European markets trying to run in the opposite direction to the American markets. Typically what's going to occur, guys, the American markets will lose that battle. There is no question about that. So what does it mean, guys? What does it mean? Let's go to the FESX first, guys. So we'll go to the bottom right-hand corner. Guys, this is our reference chart for all things in this session. What we do want to keep a really close eye on, guys, these 76 fibs here are a really, really critical fib level. So really, really critical fib level. What we also got hiding just above us here, guys, yesterday's low. So we won't forget yesterday's low is incredibly powerful. What does it ultimately mean, guys? If we buy back inside, so if we buy back inside yesterday's low and the buying candle is really strong, if we buy back inside and it's really strong, that's going to give a hint to the market that we're going to be buying. I think at this point in time, guys, based on what the S&P has done today, I think we're going to sell down, and I think they're going to sell down aggressively. So, guys, as I said to Arlen, guys, on the way in, we're going to have to be very careful today, guys. That means we're looking for dual chart confirmation, all right? So we're looking for permission from the FDAX. So I should say permission on the FDAX from the FESX, all right, which is the biggest market in the world at this time. Right, so monthly chart. There's not a great deal to gain on the monthly chart other than we've basically tried to break an all-time high earlier in the month, and that hasn't gone very well. All right, so we're starting to peel back away. In terms of signals on the monthly chart, guys, there's nothing that really stands out. It's down on the weekly and the daily charts that we start to pick up some really lovely signals. There's down on the weekly chart. This is looking very, very dangerous. Guys, we spoke about this yesterday. That's why the little yellow circle's over here. But that is a weekly static bar reversal short, guys. And we already have a higher high, which means there's a number of people that are shorting underneath that orange Fibonacci, guys, as a body entry on that SBR. All right, so note the big sell down today. Guys, the big sell down is fueled by the fact that we're triggering a short, but we've also got an even more powerful short just here. All right, so 6028 excuse me, 6028 is just here. So 6028, very, very strong, guys, very strong short. Okay, very strong sell point. So how do we interpret these very strong sell points? Guys, first things first, don't just put an order on there and hope they sell down. That's not what we do. As what we're going to do is going to watch on open. If the sellers sell down, to this sell point here and they fail badly, that's going to give us a hint that for the first 15 minutes, they're probably going to turn and they're going to rise the market. Right? If they get above yesterday's low, that is a big hint that we're going to be buying for basically the whole session. And the goal of these guys will be go back up and close the gap, okay, which is a really, really important point. It's a really important point in the market. All right, so at this stage, as if we do sell down and we fail to close, which is a really important point, if we fail to close and hold below that level, then that is going to be seen as a sign that we need to be reversing the market to the high side. All right, now drop down to the daily chart. As this is where we're in a really, really interesting little place. The reason being is we do have a higher high now on the 1440. What does that mean, guys? In the duration of last night, they've pushed up, created a higher high, turned around, they've triggered not only this -2 rated static bar reversal short on the body, they've also triggered outside the range by doing what they've now done. So what it ultimately means, guys, on the FESX is we're in double daily shorts, and typically they normally sell for 3 days. Diane, how are you? And MJ, thank you again for your help on that. So at this point in time, guys, there is merit. Let me just get rid of that Fibonacci extension. There is merit in understanding how far these guys have already moved in what is a very, very obvious daily signal. Right now, if we put this on, guys, because we are on the 1440, guys, I'll color it blue as we normally do. Guys, again, if we do sell down to a key blue Fibonacci level, guys, so remember we've got this gap to close down here, that gap to close. Suzanne, how are you? We've got the gap to close, guys, that happens to coincide with, hey presto, the 150 fib extension off the daily chart. So if we do see any sort of key selling pressure, if we see any selling pressure coming in, if we close below those key market levels we spoke about, the natural port of call is these guys to go straight to the 133, 141.4 extension. Right, so there's a whole lot of reasons why they want to come down and close this gap if they decide to sell, guys, but we don't ultimately know yet. The price, I'm just looking at the price movement, guys. The price movement at the moment on the S&P 500 looks like they're going to try and buy early and then fail, right? The FESX and the DAX basically look the same, so it'll be very interesting to see what these guys do. When we drop, I was going to see, do we need any additional fibs there? No, look, we don't need additional fibs, but I do believe we are going to be. I'm going to make that a gap Fibonacci. I do believe that that's much better actually, that gap fib. I do believe, guys, we're going to be chopping and changing our fibs multiple times today because there's a whole lot of people out there that don't know what these markets are going to do. Caesar, how are you? Hope you're great. So guys, down on the 240-minute chart, again, our danger are the 240-minute signals that we normally watch out for. At this point in time, there are no 240-minute signals to watch out for. As again, the swing trigger is already 12 hours old. The static bar reversal is way beyond 3 candles, so we don't need to worry about any of that. And we're right in the middle, guys. We're right in the middle of the 4-hour MDI indicator. That typically means we're not going to pick up a 4-hour chart trade, is what that means. Down to the 60-minute chart, no one likes trading in the middle of the trend indicators. That's what I was looking for. Can you guys see over here on the left-hand side, we've got, not only is it a 76 fib, fancy that, FDAX failing at the 76 fib, or the Europeans, there's a very, very key 60-minute high point there. That one's actually more important. So the key 60-minute high, there's two of them. 60.33, so 60.33.
Volume warming on
60.33. And that one, if you're looking at me going, look, why are you picking on that candle? The other one goes, it's got to have extreme volume. It's got to have extreme volume. All right, now, obviously, as per the algorithm that runs behind the charts, the extreme volume candles are way more important than normal candles. So we've got another one here at 640. Oh, fancy that. That's what they're doing. Andre, how are you, mate? Hope you're fantastic. So this is a key. So this is a key 60-minute high. So that is a key 60-minute high. We've also got another key 60-minute high here. Why are these important? If we push off these early and we start getting big, strong, dominant closing candles to the high side, basically it means they're going to try and close the gap up before they sell down. As if we start closing below these key 60-minute highs early on in the session, if we get anywhere near that one, we're going to change the color on that. That's going to be really important. It's really, really important. That is even more important, guys. That's a key 1440. Right? That's the big boys and girls coming in at that point. Right? The big boys and girls. So at this stage, guys, that's our FESX. Our time is looking pretty good. So we're gonna flick that over here. What we are going to do, guys, very, very quickly is just remind everybody. We'll do it over here so we've got less on the FDAX. As the S&P 500 is peeling off really nicely at this stage, guys. So they're actually starting to sell. I thought it would be the case. So at this point in time, we have tonight, guys, a little bit later on. So there's no news in our session. So there's no news. So straight away, what that means for us is we are going to have a technical session. Okay, so straight away, that what means for us. So no news. We've got a technical session for the Europeans. Okay, for the European traders. Okay, for the US traders, 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. tonight. Okay, you have super high impact news. Guys, also SP 500 volume is already 125,000. So we are in for, as all that means, guys, as our little filters as we come into the session, we're in for a volatile day today. Guys, there is no question about it. Now onto the DAX. There's nothing new, guys, on the weekly chart other than these guys are failing absolutely perfectly at the Fibonacci's they normally fail at. Right? So no surprises. They're failing where they normally fail. If we get, guys, we've got a weekly gap we need to close. We've got a daily gap we need to close. It is highly likely if these sellers get really angry today, guys, they're going to go straight for the gap close. Right? They'll go straight for the gap close. On the daily chart, guys, identical formation to the FESX. We're already in multiple daily shorts, and all these guys doing by gapping down is basically saying, yes, Lockie, your analysis yesterday is correct. You're in multiple daily shorts. This level here, let me just borrow that little circle. That level there is critically important. Guys, not only is it a really, really important daily high point, here, guys, but again, that is a very, very key market low. Guys, if we can't close below that, I'm just running around the office. Guys, if we can't close below that level, then we are going to shoot back the other way. But if at any point in time in the session, guys, we do close below that level, it's marked on your charts for you, guys, we're going to sell down potentially quite aggressively, quite aggressively. So that's why we've got to be a little bit careful. 4-hour chart, guys, the last signal on the 4-hour chart is more than 12 hours old. So we don't need to worry about the 4-hour chart today. What I do want to do, guys, for the FDAX traders, again, it's a little bit of an FDAX idiosyncrasy, okay, but they love gap Fibonacci's. So the Fibonacci I've drawn on the chart today is the gap fib, and at the moment they're getting caught at the 61.8 4-hour gap fib. Now, we know these guys love the 50 fib on the 4-hour chart, guys. That happens to be above us today. If you've drawn your fib up to catch them on the way down, if you draw your fib down, the 4-hour fib is all the way up the top here. Ultimately, what does that mean? If we go up, then we're going to have to flip our fibs. We're going to have to flip our fibs the other way. Now down to the 60-minute chart. 60-minute chart, as we get down here, it starts to get really, really clear. There's that really, really key 60-minute low, guys. That's going to be a really important point. If we close below that, we're going to go down. If we hold above it, we're probably going to slowly climb back up to the trend indicator, guys, on the 60-minute chart. If I can be so bold, guys and girls, the middle of the 60-minute chart MDI is where they're going to close the gap. So if we do move up, we're going to move up around about the 25250 mark, right? So 25250, it's about 130 points above where we are at the moment. The S&P, though, is really cranky. Guys, S&P is really cranky today. What does it ultimately mean? I personally think, this is just my humble opinion, this is the S&P 500 from today. I think they have weighed in on the selling because they know the US news tonight is going to be really, really positive. So I think a number of institutional traders have weighed into the market today. They've pushed it down really nicely. There's some incredible signals on the way down. As the Japanese closed, we picked up a perfect reversal going back the other way, and now S&P's just gone straight back to the 50 fib of the day. So if the news in the US is going to be really positive tonight, I'd suggest we're probably going to sell down again, get around about the S1. You'll see some big institutional orders come in around yesterday's low on the S1, and they'll be banking on a really positive news announcement tonight, guys, and skyrocketing the market. Just like there was a certain US president whose son just bought a crypto firm right in time for the US government to come out and say, hey, we love crypto. We love crypto. I don't think I can comment on that without sounding very rude. Okay, down to the 30-minute chart. It would be nice to know that, guys. Nice to buy a crypto company just before the US government falls in love with crypto. Now we have at this stage, guys, nothing on the 30-minute chart other than sellers clearly own the stair step. There's no question about that. There is going to be a really lovely 30-minute extension in here. There's a really lovely extension. There's the high point. There's the low point. There's the high point. And guess what? Today, they're nestling the 161.8 extension. Well, fancy that. So if we do go up, guys, we're about to get a really, really lovely ratio-based static bar reversal long on the 30-minute chart. Their first port of call is going to be the 100 extension, which is just there. That gives us some pretty heavy room to move to the high side. What does it mean? As if we sell first, and then we turn around and come back the other way, don't lose sight of the 30-minute chart. 15-minute chart, let's have a quick look. Well, 15-minute chart, guys, SBR's a second tier reversal long also on the 15-minute chart. So if we do get a wriggle on to the high side, guys, it looks like the fuel is coming from the 15 and the 30-minute charts. Okay, down to the 5-minute chart. There's our super key level. Well, it's got 90 seconds to go. So at this point in time, guys, make sure that you've got the right accounts loaded, the right ATMs loaded, the right contracts loaded. Guys, if you're copy trading, make sure you've got the right lead and slave accounts ready to rock and roll. Now, again, as my comment would be, if the buyers don't impress early, as we do have a really lovely gap to close to the downside. If the buyers do impress early, we have a gap to close to the high side. Right? So these guys are very much entitled, guys and girls are very much entitled to do whatever they want today. Whatever they want. On the way back up, we've got a daily short here. We've got a very, very key 60-minute low here. As the S&P has rallied very heavily off the Asian low, but it's ultimately down today. So we'll just give an idea of what it does. And guys, if we do get all the way up the top here, if this doom and gloom and hanging around is not correct, if we do come up to the top here, guys, the big black line is a really stunning 4-hour long, All right. So as we get ready to rock and roll, if they sell early and fail, big long range longs, guys. If they buy early and fail, I'd suggest long range shorts, but we don't know what they're thinking. We don't know what they're thinking until they show us, guys. So again, the motto of what we do, guys, trade what we see, not what we think. Don't let emotion come in, please, and we'll just follow our trading plan like we do every day. Okay, we're already climactic, guys. Buyers own the stair step. So again, for the opening candle traders, only for the opening candle traders. If the sellers were to sell down, guys, if the sellers were to sell down, so Fibonacci retracement coming through. If the sellers do sell down, guys, and steal the stair step, if the sellers were to sell down and steal the stair step, we'd be looking for some incredible longs. Right now, we've got the opening candle inside the previous candle. Guys, there's a very important point just here. All right, so we'll just see what they want to do. So FESX is blowing volume into yesterday's low. Yesterday's low is an incredibly important point for the FESX traders as well. Now, at this stage, guys, the opening candle FDAX traders are looking for a Fibonacci burnout. And at this stage, I would suggest they haven't gone far enough. Right, so they need to go a little bit higher, guys, on the FDAX before we would look for a pre-top reversal. So I would suggest for those that are eyeing off a pre-top reversal at the moment, obviously the candle's going climactic, so we've hit extreme volume. You would need a higher high, which they are literally within a whisker of giving you. You would need a higher high. I would suggest, guys, the buyers have got to push a long way through the pre-top into yesterday's low. Then you would be looking for a short. And I would suggest, guys, being a little bit careful, you'd be looking for a short at exactly 140. Now, that is only for those people that trade climactic reversals on the open of the market. Right? If you're a new trader, I don't suggest that is a good idea. Right? Now, if you are going to trade that, I don't like the idea of yesterday's low reversal back into a pivot. Right? So I don't like that. Right? I do like this entry here at 140. If again, just watch, guys. We're happy for the buyers to cruise up, right? Because we're nowhere near 140. What we need is the buyers to push up, guys, and then we need these guys to get absolutely annihilated, right? So we need the buyers to push up. If you are an opening candle trader, guys, you could put your order slightly higher. So instead of 140, you could look for a 142. You could look for a 142 entry. If these buyers, guys, cannot hold and close above yesterday's low, which is a critical point in the market, if they can't get back above yesterday's low, guys, I'm just going to make sure that is very, very well highlighted. As if these buyers can't push up, that's what's going to happen to them. All right. So if you are short, guys, as directed, that would only be for those people that trade opening candle climactic reversals off pivots. As I would suggest with a volatility of 20, that you would have a 5-point first target and a 20-point second target. Right? For those that don't know where that's coming from, guys, the volatility indicator up here is telling us exactly what to do. Now, for new traders, I wouldn't suggest trading the opening candle because it can be very volatile and move very, very quickly. What I would suggest instead is we wait for this candle to close. For the junior traders, if the FDAX is under its pre-top and under yesterday's low, and the FESX has done the same, then we're looking at a climactic reversal to the downside. So we're looking to sell the market down. As the flip side of selling the market down, I don't think we're going to need that Fibonacci just yet. We might need it back on shortly. So again, 45 seconds, guys, until we have to make a decision. If I'm going to take a climactic reversal short, as buyers own the candle, buyers own the close, my preference is 100% that this candle closes under the pre-top. Okay, so 100%. If we close on the wrong side of a pivot, as then we're going to have half of the world thinking go down, the other half of the world saying going to go up. If we do close, guys, over yesterday's low, then we can't take a climactic reversal short, right? That doesn't make any sense. And I would suggest at this stage, guys, a couple of things. So opening candle, okay, that is right. The only thing we can do at this stage is if you do get a delta V1 or delta V2 to the high side on the new candle, you are looking to try and trade it up to the 50 fib on the green. 159. Okay, mate, thank you. So guys, at this stage, the risk to go long is beyond the risk profile of a junior trader. So again, for the junior traders, you guys are just going to sit on your hands at this point in time. I do need a Fibonacci coming down now because they've decided they want to cruise the market up. Okay, now this could be, guys, as we've said, they're going to do one or two things in the first 15 minutes. They're going to buy early and burn out. So they buy early and burn out, guys, or they sell early and burn out. At this point in time, the buyers are just cruising into the 50 fib of the gap, right? Which means there is going to be a bit of resistance. Now these guys are moving, guys. We've got a little bit of an idea what they want to do. So that 30-minute chart static bar reversal long, this is basically where the fuel is coming from to buy the market, right? So if you are a 30-minute chart trader, you are clearly on the right side of the market at this stage. Now down to the FESX on a 60-minute chart, there are going to be people running a fib from there to there, but they're going to use the gap fib, which is here. Okay. Now, as if we push up hard at this point in time, I'm going to get rid of that bigger fib. Let me get rid of that one. So if we do sell down, we're going to have to add these fibs back on. So it's just the way it rock and rolls. We don't quite know yet what the institutions are going to do. They normally roll up, guys, after 15 minutes. That delta V2, guys, is in an incredible place. The only issue is the risk. Right? So if you don't mind holding around 30 points at risk, the delta V2, guys, it's an entry point of 185. It's valid, guys. Your risk is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 35 points, guys. You would have to go for at least a 35-point target, guys, to balance the risk. I don't think that's a very smart trade at this point in time. Now, what I would prefer is the buyers burn out early, right? So the buyers burn out early. I think we can also get rid of that extension. Right, so let's get rid of that extension. We may need that again, but at the moment we'll get rid of it. There will be an extension running up here. So there will be an extension for a lot of traders doing that. Okay, so what we're looking for, guys, we're basically saying, are these buyers going to get above yesterday's low and hold heavily above yesterday's low? Guys, if we do get a nice, big, strong, efficient buying candle here, particularly if it closes over the top of the 50, guys, if it closes over the top of the 50, that would suggest pretty early on that they're actually going to try and go and push up and close the gap. Guys, so at this point in time, if this candle closes like a nice strong candle that it looks like it's setting up, then that delta, you can see at the top of the candle, actually becomes a lot more fun. So we're basically waiting for the buyers to prove that they're strong. Be great if they prove on both markets. You don't want to execute the trade in the last 90 seconds, so just be a little bit careful with that one. Louis, how are you, mate? I hope you are awesome, mate. Great to have you in the LTR. So at this stage, guys, we're waiting for the buyers to prove themselves. At this point in time, they are very strong. Guys, they are very strong, but we're going to let the candle count down to 0 before we determine whether they can hold that strength. If we do close over the gap 50, guys, my arrowhead's on it there. If we do close over that, that is a sign. That is a sign that the market is going to continue to go to the high side. What we would need, guys, is a little bit of selling to come in and then the buyers to come through, because we're looking to trade that delta long at 185. We want the buyers to prove their strength. We want the sellers to come in, fail early, and then the delta is on, guys, at 185. Now, don't enter early, please. Don't enter early. I know it's tempting, but we just have to, guys, we just have to wait. Just have to wait. So what I'm looking for at this stage, Again, I'm looking for a better risk control point. So I do want the sellers to sell down first, right? This is exactly what I want the sellers to do. Perfect. All right, so let the sellers sell down. Guys, let the sellers sell down. Currently on the 60-minute 50. Cody, are you saying the green is on the 60-minute 50? Right, the green is here on 60-minute 50, that one there. Louis is short on the S&P 500. Yes, off the Asian. Yeah, absolutely correct. Okay. Cody, Anna, yes, perfect. Okay. All right. So at this stage, guys, at this stage is why I'm saying don't front run this delta early. Cody's telling me that delta, guys, is over the 50 fib on the 60-minute chart. Now, I judging by the candles, guys, it looks like Cody might be correct. The reason I say that is we're waiting for these guys to retrace and waiting for the sellers to get absolutely annihilated to enter that delta. And at this point in time, again, if they're going to do that, guys, if they're going to do that, the sellers are then going to try and push us through to the next of the Fibonacci levels. Now, what does it mean? Guys, again, the delta is a valid trade. So the delta is a valid trade at 185. To take the delta at 185, guys, your stop would be at 160. So you're looking at 25 points worth of risk if you want to take the delta. Guys, now, if 25 points of risk is too much for you, then you're not allowed to take the delta. You're not allowed to take the delta. Now, Cody's fib, guys, could be absolutely spot on the mark. I'm using a gap 50. But if I move my Fibonacci up, if I move my Fibonacci up to here, then Cody is 100% correct on the 50 fib. So what does it ultimately mean? If the buyers are going to push the market up, right? You're seeing the sellers retrace back down. You're seeing the buyers coming back through. If the buyers today are saying, you know what, the 50 fib of the 60-minute chart's quite important, they won't pick up the delta. Now at this stage, guys, they've picked up the delta trade. So it means only for those people that can hold the risk, only if you can hold the risk, are you allowed to take the delta long at 185. Now, if you are going to go long, guys, at 185, understanding it is right on the edge. It's right on the edge of the risk tolerance. So if you're long at 185, I would suggest a first target and risk control point of 190, which we've just gone through. And you guys, so again, first target 5, second target would be right up the top of the chart, please. Now, the reason I say that, Cody is spot on with his Fibonacci. If these guys are playing a 60-minute chart Fibonacci game, guys, if we can get picked up above the 50 fib, they might actually try and run to the 61.8 or the 76. So if you are long, guys, on the delta at 185, you do want the buyers to show more, guys. You want them to push more. The first target would be 190. First target is 190, guys, and the trade is de-risked, right? So anyone that's long on the delta, please. If you're long on the delta at 185, you're long for a 5-point first target, ideally a 25-point second target, understanding we are getting caught at a soft pivot. So guys, promise me if you are long, sorry. If you are long on the delta after the retrace and the rejection, guys, it looks like Cody's fib is better than mine. So we've poured up a buy over the top of the 50. They've gone straight to the 61.8, right there. Now, guys, if they can't get beyond the 61.8, we're going to pick up a stunning reversal short. Okay, that'll be an OSR trade. So at this stage, last 90 seconds, guys, if you entered the delta after the retrace and the rejection, that has gone 5, 10, 15, 20, around about 21, 22 points. Worst case scenario, guys, you're out at 5 and a trailing stop. Some of you are going to try and hold it for longer range targets. So for the junior traders who like efficient candles and deltas, I'm going to put this in the log as we've gone through a target. So when I do my little notes, guys, at the end of the session today, I'll say we took the retrace, rejection, had an opportunity to trade it long. It's obviously gone through early first targets, guys. It's gone through an intermediate target. It hasn't gone to the long range targets. All right, so we're not entering that delta again. Particularly if we close under the 50 fib that Cody has identified. Also, to enter the delta again, we would need another really lovely sell down before a violent rejection. So you've just given us, yeah, we want to be short, not long, guys. We want to be short, not long. What are you gonna give us, FDAX? Okay, at this stage, to go short, we need the buyers to move all the way up here, and fail, or we get a delta V3, not a V2. Now, I can't send you short, guys, outside the range of the SPR because we're straight into the middle of the MDI, which is a real problem for reversal trades. All right, so this is going to go one of two ways. It's going to go one of two ways. So the sellers are selling down quite nicely, guys. So again, that's why you've got an early first target, then a trailing stop to run up after the delta. If we do get a lower low, guys, we're actually going to pick up a swing trigger. Okay, so that means that, again, if the sellers sell down, guys, or you see the sellers sell down and they get violently rejected, we're going to pick the delta again at exactly the same entry point of 185. Now, I'm only suggesting that, guys, because we can't, our rules say we can't sell. So we're not allowed to sell. We can only buy. And one of the reasons we can't sell is the FESX is trying to sell back down into the trend indicator and also yesterday's low. Now, I'm just watching the S&P 500. As I'm just watching the S&P. The reason I'm watching S&P is they have set up, guys, a really, really lovely short, a really lovely sell off the 50 fib of the day. All right, so if that sell down on the S&P does not gather significant momentum, guys, the FDAX is probably going to try and swing to the high side here. All right, so at this stage, guys, we've only had one trade that we're allowed to take. We had to wait for the candle to close. Okay, let me just watch very carefully here. So what we're looking for, guys, is we're looking for the buyers to regain the momentum. All right, so I can't send you short outside the range of this candle here because of the middle of the MDI. So guys, now we don't have a lower low, we just have the sellers pushing in and failing. If you do want to enter the delta, guys, again, you can enter the delta again. You would be looking for short range targets this time. As for the beginner traders, I wanted to see a lower low. I haven't got a lower low yet. All right, so I haven't got a lower low. It would be incredible if these sellers push down and get absolutely annihilated for the beginner traders. For the slightly more advanced traders, it's the same drill again. If you are long at 185, again, I'm just watching the FESX here because the buyers are not very impressive on the FESX. So for those that look for lower lows or higher highs, guys, the beginner traders, you're just chilling out at this point in time. For the slightly more advanced traders, we are in the last 90 seconds. Guys. So if you are not in a trade, again, please don't enter a new trade. Now, at this stage, the first target for the delta for those with a little bit more experience is 190. Right, so it's 190. I would suggest give that 18 to 20 seconds for them to decide what they're doing. Junior traders, you are not in a trade. Slightly more experienced traders, you're tickling your 5-point target. Tickling, not impressing anyone at all. Louis, volume low. Yes, mate, volume has gone low because S&P traders don't know whether they're selling under the 50 because the Europeans have got a gap to close to the high side. Okay. Anybody long, guys, on the delta at 25185, if you're a slightly more advanced trader, you've now started to move through your first target. If you are going for a longer range second target, guys, you would try and put your second target at the 25200 mark. So 25200 for a second target. So that's going to be a 5 and a 15, But at this point in time, if you're long on the delta, guys, you would want to make sure that you have no risk on your intermediate or long range targets. Right, so no risk. If we do get a higher high, guys, if we do get a higher high that pushes through here on the FDAX and fails badly, that's going to potentially set up a really lovely short. Right, so this is what I meant. This is what I meant by we have to tread carefully today until these guys. At the moment, the S&P is trying to buy back through the 50 of the day, as the FESX has gone to sleep, and the FDAX is now trying to make up its mind as to what it wants to do, with an S&P 500 stuck at this point. But again, we're not going to be stuck for very long. So guys, for the junior traders, 4 minutes until the candle closes. What I'm looking for, I would love to see a higher high. Guys, if we do get a higher high, so if we do get a higher high, it would be incredible. Come on, just push up here and fail badly, guys. That will give us permission to take a body-based SBR reversal short. Guys, at 179. That SBR is going to have it's a huge rating, guys. Minus 23 rating. That's insanely strong. So if the buyers do push up here, guys, which I'm really hoping they do, come on, push up a little bit, please. If the buyers push up, guys, and we see them get materially hammered by the sellers, then we would be looking, guys, for a short, guys, at 179, and we're going to try and trade it down to 150. Okay, so we are going to try and trade that short all the way down here. Now to enter, guys, so we've got a double top. We don't have a higher high. I really want to see, I've got a higher high now on the FESX, which is good. Guys, I'd really love to see a little smatter of buying coming in, and then I want to see these buyers get drilled. Now, sometimes the market doesn't do exactly what I ask it to do. All right, sellers are coming back in on the S&P. Now, if you enter, guys, markets, if you enter short after a double top, it's okay for you to be short at 179, right? So if you are a double top trader versus a higher high, you've got an outside the a body. I'll just call it your entry is 179, guys. Your risk control point's 174. So anybody that has gone short based on the ratio drop, guys, your entry is 179. Your risk control point is 174. I would suggest that's coming now. Right, so anybody short, guys, anybody short under the body of the SBR because of the ratio drop, if you don't mind a double top, guys, you're short at 179. Your first target is 174. Right, obviously it's gone as low as 170. So anybody that likes a body-based SBR entry, guys, if you like that and you trade off a double top, then that's done what it needs to do. We did get a higher high, guys. We did get a higher high on the FESX. It just wasn't reflected over here on the FDAX. Now, as if you have entered that trade already, it's gone through its first target and risk control point. If you're not in that trade, guys, you're now in the last 90 seconds of the candle. Please don't take the trade. What we're waiting on is we're now waiting to see, again, if we get a relatively strong selling candle. So again, if these sellers on the FDAX, if they are capable of selling back down here, if they're capable of doing that, then we're looking for a short. If they don't do that, we're looking for longs. Now, if we did get, Michael, well done. If we did get a lower low, guys, if we did get a lower low there, we would be swinging, we'd be actually swinging long on these deltas, right? So again, as a swing trigger trade, we didn't quite get the structure for a swing trigger. So guys, Michael's picked up the outside the body entry on DAX, guys, for a 5 and a break even. So really important, guys. Early first target, please. Early first target, long range second target. Eventually, these guys will run in a direction. They don't yet know what direction to go. S&P is stuck under the 50 of the day. S&P stuck under the 50. Now we have a higher high, guys. So after all of that, now we have a higher high. What are you doing over here, Mr. FESX? Okay. If we close, guys, now we have the higher high. If we close a nice strong selling candle, which we have not, which we have not, I was going to send you short again at exactly the same price, but we haven't quite done what we're required to do, guys. That's really annoying. That's really annoying. So as we're on, so what I wanted, just to be super clear, guys, see that 50 fib? They're honoring it perfectly, guys. So well done, Cody, MJ, also for picking this fib up. I think Diane picked it up as well. Either way, guys, if we gapped underneath, so if we closed, if the red candle that just closed, if they closed under the 50, then we saw the buyers push in really dynamically and get slammed, I'd be sending you short again. Now, Diane, wasn't you? Okay, thank you. It was maybe Anna. It's the Diane. You take the credit for that one, guys. It's no, Cody was quick on the mark, guys, with that Fibonacci, which is great, guys. I really appreciate the help because there's obviously a lot going on when we're doing this. So at this stage, guys, I can't send you short again. There's two reasons why. One, we're on the wrong side of the 50 fib, which I do believe at this point is an important area in the market. Also, guys, I don't want to send you short without space to the top of the MDI. That MDI is slowly encroaching on these reversal signals. MDI angle now is also just under 50 degrees. So that's basically like, hey, buyers are starting to gather momentum slightly, sort of slightly and more aggressively. How are we going to deal with it? Guys, I would love to see a lower low. Right? So if these sellers do sell down, right? If they do sell down and we get a lower low, even by a tick, and then the buyers meet them and slam them, then I'm going to target that delta long as a swing trigger. Now, at this point in time, guys, I don't have the lower low. So I'm waiting for the sellers to show their cards or the buyers to show their cards. We don't quite know who's going to play the game yet. FESX is setting up a Toby style reversal, guys, off the 76 fibs, off the 60-minute chart. So the FESX may think it's in a 60-minute chart trade. All right. What are you guys doing here?
FDXM Delta confirmed.
Okay. At this stage, guys, I would suggest the FESX doesn't really know what it's doing. Right? So what it looks like they're trying to do, they're trying to get up to the gap. They're now getting compressed between very, very key Fibonacci levels, guys, and MDIs and trend indicators. All right. So the FTAX is also getting compressed. Now, if we did get a lower low, guys, which we don't have, if we did get a lower low, we would be looking for a long at that delta, right? Because we don't have a lower low, I'm basically caught, at this point in time, I'm caught in irons. Now, what does that mean? I see this candle here. That's the indecision candle of the market. Now, as much as some of you have picked up a nice little short off it, which is brilliant, this here is an interesting little scenario because every candle since this massive indecision candle, every candle since then, we've closed inside the range. So whenever we get three candles closing inside the range of a dominant candle, in this case here, it's this dominant little whip around candle here, as the market is trading into a channel. What we're looking for is a break out of that channel. At the moment, these guys are starting to channel. FESX is channeling. S&P 500 is channeling, guys. So all of these markets are actually closing inside the range of dominant candles. Now, what does it mean for us? It means they're not going to do it for long. So if the 5-minute chart is confused, they're going to sort themselves out on the 15-minute chart. At the moment, the 15-minute chart is setting up a stunning reversal short on the FDAX. No question about that. FESX, same. Just checking S&P 500. S&P 500, no. S&P 500 doesn't like the idea of a 15-minute short, but the Europeans do. So guess what we have? we have markets in conflict. So guys, all it means is, again, fingers off the trigger. There is no point buying, selling, because eventually these guys are going to tell us exactly what to do. Right? It will be a strong buying candle or it'll be a 4-point turning bar. Someone has to win this battle. Right? They won't just sit here and fight it out. Someone is going to win. So at this stage, guys, our trade of the day, not very exciting. It's the V2. It's the V2 Delta long. So again, not very exciting, but it is that V2 Delta. What have we got? S&P 500. S&P's having another crack. S&P's having another crack at its 50 fib. That higher high, guys, that higher high mathematically allows us to enter again short under the body of the SPR at 179. Now, pros and cons to the trade, guys. Again, it's mathematically valid at 179. The issue that we have is that we are going to push down into the top of the trend indicator. So if you are an aggressive trader, there is a short at 179. If you're a conservative beginner trader, as we're waiting for the market to tell us what to do. At the moment, they're not really clear. All right, guys, I've got a report that we've lost sound. My sound is going okay. Guys, can I double check you can hear me? No, okay, so sound is fine. Okay. I'll just send a message. Sound is good. All right. So at this stage, guys, we're really close, guys. Really close to the top of the trend indicator. Every single person, guys, I've coached this week. I could even show you the screenshots from the coaching, but the screenshots say never trade into the MDI under any circumstances. So at this stage. And guys, those people that are coaching are starting to get quite confident with what they're doing, which is great. So what have we got, guys? The scenario today, we've got a really lovely ratio drop. So we've got a really lovely ratio drop in the market. Okay, now we've got some attitude. Really lovely ratio drop in the market. Again, if you do enter trades aggressively, guys, the higher high allows you to take the body base reversal to the downside. So guys, if you have gone short at 179, depending on your trading style, as you've obviously gone through your first target, Toby, spot on the mark. If it can't go up, guys, it has to go down. So point is, if you've gone short at 179, as you've got a 174 first target, a 169 second target, and then it becomes money for jam. If you've gone short, guys, that has gone through its risk control point, first and second targets, right? If you have gone short. Now, I'm not expecting the shorts to go particularly well because it's straight back into the trend indicator. Guys, now we have a lower low. We're looking for the sellers to get annihilated, and we're looking for a swing trigger style trade, and that is a delta long at 185. Now, we did say today was going to be a bit technical, right? So again, if you did go short, guys, again, if you're looking for a ratio drop, which we have got, and you've gone short, obviously it's gone through its targets. Other people were thinking about the same thing. If these sellers can't sell down, guys, impressively, the buyers are going to have another crack at them. Okay, so at this stage, +5, Andy, well done, +5, +6. Andy, what would draw my attention to the short? What would draw my attention to the short is we've basically loaded another short. Right, so this candle here is an absolutely stunning drop in ratio. There's our higher high. So again, that short that loaded here with the higher high has fueled this short over here. So if you're a mathematical trader, guys, then the short at 179 has obviously gone straight through its first and second targets, hasn't got to a third target yet. So Andy, well done, mate. Well done if you've gone short at 179. Now, note higher high, guys. Again, I said this in coaching today. If you're picking up the higher highs, guys, and then you see the buyers stick their head up and get knocked off, you know the sellers are waiting to ambush them. And as a result, we end up with a really good trade. Now, if this candle turns into a really strong selling candle, so if we turn into a really strong selling candle, okay, which could be the case, we have, as we said in our pre-brief, if they buy early and do not impress, right, these guys are not impressing anyone, as the moment we get clear signal to sell the market on both FDAX and FESX simultaneously, the moment we get that, as the sellers are likely to come in relatively hard. Okay, so at this point in time, Just waiting for the candle to close. Wait for the candle to close. Okay. That delta, there's a red V2 delta short. Right? I've got a price point of 159. Guys, if the buyers do retrace early here and then sell hard, the delta is valid at 159. Is at 159. Again, what I do want to see, I want to see the buyers push up early, guys, and fail badly. Guys, I want to see the buyers push up early and fail badly. Let me get rid of that extension. The risk, guys, the risk on the trade is, again, the risk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the risk is around 30 points, guys, if you use a standard stop. If you wait for the retrace to climb up, this is exactly what we want. We want the retrace to come up and we want the retrace to get slammed. As the reason being is we want the retrace point. We want the retrace point as a stop loss position. And as a result, let me just double check the counter fibs. So we're watching, guys, we're watching for the buyers to push up on this candle and fail badly. I'm just double checking. Okay, I'm just double checking other Fibonacci's. Okay, I've got the 50 fib of the micro trend sitting just below us here. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do, guys, what we're going to do with this trade, I have the 50 fib of what may be considered the micro trend sitting just below the entry point on this trade, which is at 159. So the only way, guys, the only way that we can trade short is if the buyers push up, hit Fibonacci, get absolutely slammed, and then we engage that delta at 159. Guys, that's the only entry I can give you at this stage. Now the buyers are trying, guys. The more the buyers try and get hammered, the more powerful the sell down will be. Now there's again, guys, I've got the 50 fib of the micro trend just here. Now that is typically the enemy to reversing the market. Okay, that is typically the enemy. So if you're looking for a cleaner, guys, if you're looking for a cleaner trade, I would suggest at this stage, with the 50 fib of the micro trend here, we've got some nice retracement coming in. This retracement would have to get absolutely annihilated to pick up that delta and then run through that 50 fib. So that's, I'm personally looking for the annihilation, guys. If the buyers do this, guys, we're going to get to the point where even the retracement Fibonacci, the retracement fib is going to be too much. Now at this stage, as again, an entry here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the risk on the trade at this stage, guys, is 25 points. That is right on the rev limiter of an entry point. So right on the rev limiter. And the flip side of that is I don't want to encourage beginner traders, guys, to go short with 25 points at risk. It's just too much. It's just too much. What may happen, guys, as a result of these buyers coming in is we could end up pushing up towards the previous daily low, guys, up here. If we get up here and they start dominating, the buyers start dominating, then they're going to try and close the gap, which is all the way up the top. All right, so at this stage, guys, I'm looking for the retrace. I'm looking for a violent rejection. Again, yeah, Toby, if it can't go up, it's going to go down. If it can't go down, it's going to go up. I did say to Arlen, guys, could be, mate, could be. I said to Arlen, guys, we're in for a volatile, challenging day. All right, so what we're looking so all that means, guys, is I'm looking to the FESX for permission to trade the FDAX. Right, that's all I'm looking for. At this stage, guys, let me just double check. Inside candle, these guys went up. These guys went down. So buyers still own the steps. So we're still looking for selling-based reversals. All right, now that higher high, guys, has once again, it set up our reversal short at 179 straight into the top of the MDI. Of course. Why not? Why not make my day a little bit difficult? So beginner traders, you're sitting on your hands, guys. I hate to say it, you're sitting on your hands. At this stage, guys, at this stage, slightly more advanced traders, right? Slightly more advanced traders, you have a short trade at 179. Now we are getting very, very close. It's very, very close to the middle of the MDI, which is the problem. So I would suggest, guys, if you've already made some good money, just chill. If you've made no money as well, guys, just chill. We are going to get a very, very good trade today. Yesterday, we had to wait about an hour and 15 minutes. MJ, you got ATM'd off the gap 50. Okay, that's fine. Guys, yesterday we waited about an hour and 15 minutes for a stunning trade, and it was absolutely stunning when it arrived. It was incredible. So we may be just bopping along here, just watching what they do. FESX is undecided. The S&P 500 is pushing back towards the 50 fib, or trying to push back up towards the 50 fib of the day, guys. And at the moment, those buyers are not impressing anyone at all. So again, guys, if you enter the market aggressively, which is not a beginner trade, there is a short at 179. Now, we've had an opportunity to trade that exact trade twice already. Guys, typically we only enter the same trade 3 times. Whereas if you are a seller at 179, your first target is 174. You're on target now. Guys, you're through your first target. Your second target is 169, guys, which you did not get to. So if you are a higher high and SBR body trader, guys, if you are a higher high and SBR body trader, I could have actually, because we've got a higher SBR than this one, I could have actually sent you short under the body of this one just here. Guys, so that SBR indicator, guys, has now got a really awesome Fibonacci influence in it as well. Guys, so again, that SBR indicator, guys, is no longer just straight mathematics. It's straight mathematics skewed by Fibonacci. That's why it's working so well. Guys, so if you don't have the latest indicators, guys, please do grab the latest ones. Guys, if you're with Samurai, just ask Tim for the update. What does it mean, guys? What does it mean? Again, higher high, we could have body shorted it. We picked up this one anyway. Higher high, body short again. MJ, the latest indicators, I believe, were the end of last month. We've got a update coming for you also at the end of this month, because we've fine-tuned a couple of the algos again, just to try and literally thread the needle, and it's working really, really well. Guys, it's working really, really well. All right, so if you guys, so again, guys, as we normally do, volatility is now starting to get down to the 25s. So if you are short, guys, under the body entry at 179, your first target's 174, your second target is 69. You were not taken out of your second target, but your risk has controlled your trade. All right, we still don't know what these guys want to do yet, and we're already 43 minutes into the session. So we are buying, and if we get above 197, so if we do get above 197 on the FDAX, whoopsie, not that one. If we do get above 197, guys, there, then that is going to be a big hint that we're going to be buying the market versus selling. All right, so last 90 seconds, please. No new signals, so no new signals. Again, if we pick up another higher high, guys, then the buyers fail. We're going to be taking a body-based SBR short again. All right, so yeah, MJ, yeah. So latest indicator update, I think, was at the end of last month. Tim's done some more fine tuning, so the next one is at the end of this month. And again, guys, it's all about getting to the point where, you know, to come to the LTR and pick up 100% strike rate becomes a normal expectation for the traders. Not like, oh wow, we got it right today. It's like, no, we got it right again and again and again. It's very boring, guys. It's very boring, but it's incredibly profitable. Incredibly profitable. There's no question. Right, here come the sellers on the 15s. Okay. Last 15 minutes, I can only give you a pivot-based reversal. Today, guys, I'm not being rude, but that is our opening candle. Okay, we did not pick up an opening candle reversal because it didn't meet the conditions. Then they took off. We've only got basically this trade and this trade. That's all we've got today. But we're inside our rules, guys. We're inside the strategy. Normally, by this point in time, we'd be sitting at 4 or 5 trades. We're basically sitting at 2. We have had the opportunity to trade one of those trades 3 times, sure, for the slightly more advanced traders. For the beginner traders, we're now waiting for that lay down misère trade that is just so mathematically beautiful. Well, mate, if you MJ, I agree with you, guys. If we look at what we've achieved today, and we've basically been handed every single one of these candles has closed inside the range of this minus 29 rated SPR. So we are still stuck in the range. We're still stuck in the range. Now, we've got a gap down, guys, which is the first sign that we're going to actually break outside the trading range, which is really good. Sellers now own the stair step. So we're finally getting a little bit of personality. Mind you, the proof of the personality, guys, the proof of the personality will be, do they close outside the range of that minus 29 doji, right? So that's the bottom of the doji there. Are they going to go down? Do I have anybody, guys, anybody short on the body of the SPR that's short for longer range targets? Giz, well done. You got 5, 6, 10. That's a really lovely trade. Well done. Well done. That's fantastic. So Giz has basically picked up that entry, but picked it up over here after the higher high. So well done, mate. Jack, you're in that one in sim. Fine. Jack, did you get your funded account sorted out? I know that you qualified and then you were waiting for them to turn on your PA account. Did that get turned on correctly for you? And again, a shout out to you. Jack, you 21 times 2 plus a runner. So Jack is short. Well done. Did you get your PA account sorted, mate? Yeah, well done, Jack. So, guys, we got Jack short. We got Giz short. Now, what's funny is Jack is the youngest trader in the live trading room. so Jack is currently short. Jack, I think I can say that because we don't have anyone who's 17, mate. So the young guns, all right, the young guns are short. All right, let me help you out with Fibonacci then. Let me help you out with Fibs. First and foremost, that is the most recent candle. Okay, so at this point in time, man, the FDAX is going to go to the 133, right, which is what it's tinkering with at the moment. Oh, here we go. Yeah, S&P 500 is tanking. So at this point, mate, in time, the 133, if you've got a first target and a second target and a third target, okay, I would suggest with the third target, you put the third target all the way down at the lower OSR, less some loose change, which is the S1. Because we've closed back inside the upper OSR, then I'd suggest we're going to try and trade it to the lower OSR. What we've got to keep an eye on is the FDAX's response to that extension because it loves the extension. So if it gets down to these extensions and starts mucking around, I just bring my stop closer and closer and closer. There is no perfect place for your stop loss, mate, other than lock in a big chunk of profit. So you might lock in a 20 or something and say, righto, I've got whatever I've got. You've got 21 times 2 and a runner. At this stage, I'd probably have my stop made at plus 20. I mean, it's a great trade. It's a really good trade. I would have my stop at plus 20, or you can bring it to plus 15. But you want to make a big chunk of money. Andrew, mate, all good, perfect. Breezy. Someone a third my age just took a really lovely trade. I don't want to talk about it. But I do think it's very exciting. We have these young guns coming through because, can you imagine, like everyone watching the webinar, imagine if you were 18 years old and you could do this. Imagine what life would look like by 25 if you can do this at 18. So, Jack, I'm very excited for you. Mate, and what you've just seen there, is a classic example of the FDAX loves these Fibonacci here. So if they cruise down here and they don't bust through, the best thing you can do with your stop loss is just march your stop loss down and sit it above the 100, because if they struggle here and go back to the 100, if they don't get defended, they're going to start retracing back up again, which is what we've just seen. So Jack, massive well done, mate. Massive well done. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Good job. All right, now we are firmly, guys, we are firmly in the last 15 minutes. The only trade that we're allowed to take is a pivot-based reversal, and we're actually setting up that reversal at the moment. Okay, so we are setting up, guys, what could be a double failure reversal. So we could set up a double failure reversal here. Again, what I'm looking for, and just highlight this pivot, what I'm looking for is the sellers to basically sell down. Guys, get around the 50 fib of the day or yesterday's low. If they sell down, guys, get down around here, fail badly, and then get walloped. We're looking to go long. At the moment, though, we've got to wait for the sellers to come to us. All right, so we've got to wait for the sellers to come to us. And what does that ultimately mean, guys? What does that ultimately mean? Guys, when you look back on yesterday was such a walk in the park compared to today. So yesterday was a walk in the park. The day before was a walk in the park. The day before, and today, of course, we're with TTP and we get handed a day like this, which just makes the day a little bit difficult. Louis, you got 24 and 28 on the S&P 500, mate. That is a beautiful trade. Right? A massive well done to you, mate. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. I'm just looking at the S&P now. Perfect. Mate, beautiful trade. Yeah, that's a great trade, mate. Well done. 24 and 28. They add up very, very quickly. They add up very, very quickly. So well done. I'm just looking at the 15-minute chart as well to see what they've done. That mate, that S&P chart. So look, I'm just looking at the 15-minute chart, and typically that 15-minute signal would run for around 45 minutes. So guys, if the sellers on the S&P 500. Technically, the sellers on the S&P 500 have probably got about another 8 minutes to try and sell. Now, what does that ultimately mean? What does that ultimately mean is that we are probably, guys, if the S&P can't sell, then we're looking for buys. We're looking for buys. Now, double failure reversal. Guys, as I was literally looking at the S&P 15-minute chart, these sellers have sold down. Guys, hit yesterday's low. If you're a double failure reversal trader, if that is your trade, the long is at 150 with your target or your risk control point at 155. Now, if you do want a lower low, yeah, guys, if you're looking for a lower low, you don't have it yet. So the best double failure reversal will always be a lower low. There's no question. Now, that said, if you guys, so as I instructed you before, guys, we've obviously failed at the pivot. If you guys have cruised down here and you've seen them come down and said, righto, Lockie, now we're pushing through the pivot for the second time and failing, I'm now going to go long over the top of that pivot, as that is a double failure reversal. It just doesn't have the lower low. So question, do I have anybody long, guys, at 150? Your first target and risk control point, guys, is 155. Volatility is over 25, guys. So you would be looking for a 5-point first target. Nathan, well done. 5-point first target, 25-point second target, please. So again, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Guys, you're looking to push it up to 25175. Now, at this stage, guys, from that entry point that we suggested down here at 150, it's gone 24 points towards a 25-point target. Right, 24 towards a 25. That means, guys, not only have you got no risk, it means you must have locked in, please. Caleb, well done, mate. Well done. So, guys, when I was talking to Dave today, guys, when we were coaching, again, I said to Dave, your target trades are double failure reversals of pivots and also ratio-based SBRs. Now, guys, all we've got today is double failure reversals of pivots and ratio-based SBRs. That's all we've got. So the reason Dave's relatively new to what we do, guys, the reason I suggested that to Dave is every session he's going to pick up at least one super high probability trade. All right, so I've got Nathan long. Have I got anybody else long, guys, off the double failure reversal? So is anybody else long off that DFR? If you are long, guys, if you are long, I have to go. Dan, Dino, my pleasure. Dino, I hope you are nicely profitable. I hope you are nicely profitable. It has been a difficult day though. If you are long, guys, the 25-point target is 175. So if you're using volatility as a target guide, you've gone long at 150. As your target is 175, you've just gone over the top of that. Okay, now, what does it mean, guys? Nathan is long for long range targets. My pleasure. So Nathan is long, guys, for very, very long range targets. For the junior traders, we are literally in the Widowmaker candle as we speak. So I can't give you a trade. I'm not allowed to. Michael in Thailand, you will probably consider your trading plan would also be ratio-based SBRs with double failure reversals. That trading plan is proving, Caesar's long as well. Well done, mate. That trading plan is proving to be very popular with brand new traders, guys, because the success rate is very high. Success rate is very high. The trades are very easy to see. The risk is typically very, very low, and the trades give you tons of warning they're coming, guys. So it's not like, oh my gosh, there's a trade. Did you get it? They normally give you a ton of warning. Now, guys, my preference to enter off the pivot, and my preference will be a lower low, guys, or at least a match low. I'd suggest today, because we've got multiple pivots, the sellers were just unable to get anywhere near them. So if you want to be a bit careful, guys, instead of entering just over the pivot, you could enter 3 or 4 points over the pivot. So you've actually got to make the buyers come and get your order. Guys, now, as much as you're carrying a little bit more risk on the trade, sure, carrying a bit more risk, you're actually forcing the buyers to impress the market so much they come and buy your order. Guys, that's a really, really cool little way to trade. All right, now at this stage, guys, we're cruising into the hourly close. The S&P 500, guys, again, Louis done really well on his S&P 500 trade. Guys, the reason being is that effectively the S&P is almost back to where he got in. Guys, so I think it's always important to have that exit strategy. So Louis, well done, mate. That's an awesome little trade. That is an awesome little trade. I'm just looking, guys. I'm just looking at the market. Oh, perfect. Guys, the S&P's buying hard. All right, so if I've got anybody that is long, on the FDAX from this signal, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that across the chart for our... Guys, every day we write a compliance report of this is what we spoke about. This was the best trade of the day. This was, Lockie made a mistake or didn't make a mistake or whatever. If anybody is long, guys, if anybody is long still on that double failure reversal coming into the turn of the hour, you'd want to make sure that you've got your risk controlled. Jizz, 15-minute chart. So buyers own the stair step. But I'd suggest the 15-minute chart is trying to set up a swing trigger long, but it can't set it up against the trend. So it's actually setting up. Ironically, this is a 15-minute short. That's a 15-minute short setting up. Even though it's green, it's setting up shorts. And that's because they can't go long. You can't take a swing trigger against the trend. It mathematically doesn't normally work. So what have we got, guys? We've got 1 minute and 18 seconds. So 1 minute and 18 seconds. At this stage, we are back inside the range of the evil doji candle. Guys, the evil doji candle that's been in charge of the entire day. So the moment we got outside the range of that candle, they gapped, ran down, set up the DFR, and then they've come back inside the range of the doji. So guys, we're going to wait for a team, either buyers or sellers, to show some strength, and then we're going to grab the... We're going to grab the reversal. At this stage, guys, the sellers own the stair step. So the sellers own the stair step. So we are looking for buying-based reversals. If I have got anybody long, Nathan, are you still long on your double failure, your DFR down the bottom? Are you still long on that? Yes, perfect. So if you're still long, guys, we're going to try and push this to at least at least the upper OSR. Guys, so we push down aggressively towards the lower OSR. We can't get anywhere near the lower OSR. So now we're going to try and trade it all the way back to the upper OSR. So the the FDAX, guys, was setting up a 15-minute short. This is way too strong for a short. So these guys are going to keep going long. All right, so at this stage, Nathan is short from down the bottom here. This trade is obviously looking very, very good. For those that are not long, guys, if you are not long, then we are looking for our next trade. Guys, we're looking for our next trade. I'm going to get rid of that Fibonacci. I'm going to get rid of that Fibonacci there for the moment. Okay, so Nathan, mate, I want you to hold. So if you're long, mate, I want you to hold the long. Please hold the long as best as you possibly can. Okay, for those that are not long, guys, for those that are not long, we are actually picking up a short, right? So again, we're going to potentially be trading in the opposite direction to Nathan. At this stage, Nathan's going to stay long, and he's going to keep a very, very close eye on this previous daily low. Guys, what I'm looking for is the buyers to push up a number of times. Guys, if they push up here and they fail badly, we're actually picking up an 88.6 Fibonacci reversal short for those people that trade dynamically. Guys, if you trade dynamically, that means you enter while the candle is active. Guys, at this stage, I want the market to keep pushing because we've got traders that are long. Right, so we've got traders that are long. Guys, if we get much higher than this, so if we push a little bit further, we're actually setting up a dynamic entry short under the previous daily low, guys, underneath that 61.8 fib. So the closest I would go, guys, for a short is 202. That would be for the dynamic entry traders only. If you're going to go short at 202, guys, your first target is 802. Your first target's 9.7. So your first target in risk control, 9.7. You threw your first target, you threw your second target. Anybody short under that 61.8 fib, dynamic reversal traders, guys, I want you to try and hold this short. Sorry, Nathan. I was trying to get it to go long for you, mate, but we picked up a counter short. Going the other way. Right. Anyone short on the FDAX, please? Hold, please. Hold. Josh is like, damn it. Lockie said that magic word again. So anybody that's short, guys, 5-point first target, 25-point second target, please. Minimum 25s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, come on. Move. Minimum 25s, please. That delta is in a really good spot. No, don't you dare. Go 25s, you little. Come on, it's going to go 25s. No, the other 25. Come on. Nathan's trade, guys, absolutely incredible trade. That's why we have trailing stops. Why? So as it runs and you're printing more and more money, guys, you got a trailing stop running up behind it. So guys, what you are currently in, for those that are in the trade, is an 88.6 Fibonacci reversal, guys, after it went outside the Fibonacci range, which is classic FDAX. Volatility, guys, they should have no trouble going through that 25-point target. No trouble at all. It's just the high side of the trend indicator that's confusing the market at the moment. So Caleb, Cody, nice work, man. Whoa, very well done. So that, guys, that is a double failure reversal for those that are looking at your trading plan. Okay, so again, they pushed up here and failed once. They've pushed up and failed again. So I strongly recommend DFRs, guys, DFRs and ratio-based SPRs, an incredible trading plan. For those that are short, guys, please lock in profit. So you might lock in 10s or something along those lines. Again, because if it goes 24 points towards the 25-point target, it's just teasing us at this point. Caleb, nice work, mate. Well done. Cody, trade of the day, mate. Trade of the day. Everyone that's gone short, guys, under the upper OSR and daily low, wait for the higher high, wait for these guys to burn out and just smack them. All right, now we did say the 15-minute chart, guys, was setting up a stunning short. Then at the end of the close, we're like, no, they're going long. Now they're setting up shorts. So if I've got anyone that's still short, anybody, Caleb, great result. Cody, great result. Anyone still short? Anyone still short? If you are short, guys, I am pretty confident this is going to try and go to that 25-point target. Caesar, nice work. Breezy, giddy up, buddy. Giddy up. Come on. Come on. Now, who says this trading thing's not fun? Now, Breezy, for anyone that's short, I've got quite a few of you short. I would suggest going for probably the 50 fib of the day as a minimum, guys. Minimum. Breezy, 15 locked in. Great place to be. The reason being is the Fibonacci extension on that candle there, that orange candle, the Fibonacci extension is enormous. Enormous. Nathan, 6, 12, 60, and 32. You kidding? Oh, mate, well done. All right, that's huge. Nathan. So I do a shout out, guys. I do a shout out every day on YouTube. So, okay, Nathan's going to get a shout out. It's Nathan Anonymous, of course. It's Nathan Anonymous. Breezy's going to get a shout out. Cody's going to get a shout out. Caleb's got one. Jiz has got one. Need a couple more shout outs, guys. Oh, who? Jack in Australia. Jack. So Jack, Jiz, Breezy, Jack, Jig, Breezy. There were more of you. Cody, bloody amazing job, mate. Well done. Josh. So Jack, Jiz, Breezy, Josh, Cody. Well done. All right, now let's see if we can get this to move down. So at this stage, the middle of the MDI is the nemesis for these guys. All right, so Breezy, if you're short from up here, you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got 15s locked in. Okay, let's watch I'm thinking it's going to take us out, guys. So that 25-point target, hilarious. I just don't think it's going to run any further. And that's because the FESX is selling into yesterday's low. No. All right. So anyway, we've been taken out, guys, with our long-range runners, but we've been taken out in profit. So if you did go for 5 and 25, guys, which is a really good target with a 30-something PVI, if you did go for 5 and 25, you've nailed your targets. Absolutely nailed your targets. Okay, so big well done. We'll put that over there. We don't need that anymore. Guys, I'm going to mark that. Guys, I'm going to mark that as a winning trade, if that's okay with everybody. That was here. And for compliance, guys, this wonderful thing called compliance. That was an 88. That was an 86.1. That was an 88. 88.6. 88.6%. Oh, so interesting point, guys. Interesting point. You see how cool the Fibonacci is? So when Tim and I were talking about, again, the indicators and fine-tuning the indicators, guys, we're starting to build Fibonacci influence into every one of the indicators. So if you've noticed a lift in the actual success of the static bar reversals is because they're now sensitive to Fibonacci. Guys, that's been done very much on purpose. The reason being is we're probably the only trading school in the world that has a Fibonacci influence built into its indicators. Now, that means we should be able to run at a very, very high success rate. Right, so anyone that's gone short, you've obviously done really, really well, guys, which is brilliant. Yeah, I was going to say run for Caleb. It's run. Breezy, 15 and 25. Mate, that's a very, very good result, mate. That's a very good result. Okay, now the game has changed, guys. So again, don't take a trade in the last 90 seconds, please. Cody, again, congratulations, mate, on your trade. That is bulletproof. We've got people logging out of the other trading room, guys, because they've had a really good session. So they're literally taking an early mark and running away. All right, so guys, we're looking at a double failure reversal on FTAX again. So 10 seconds, please. 10 seconds. We've got almost a higher high, almost a higher high. Don't you close over the other side of the upper OSR, please. Right, we've closed down. All we need, guys, all we need is for the buyers to move up. So we want the buyers to move up, and you're entering outside the range of the candle. Guys, at 203. 203. If you would like to trade another failure, guys, at the upper OSR and daily low. Now we're moving as outside the range of the candle. Moving outside the range. This would be a very, very tight risk control point, guys. So the reason we're doing tight risk control is, again, if you're short at 203, guys, your first target's 200. All right, so if you're short at 203, your first target is 200. I need these guys to bolt this time. So if you are short at 203, if you're short at 203, guys, your risk control point is 25200. You are now firmly through the risk control point. First target out. Have no risk on this trade, please, as we don't quite have FESX agreement on this one. So anyone that's short at 203, your first, sorry, what scale are we running here? Sorry, I've misread the scale. So if you're short at 203, guys, if you're short at 203, your first target is 198. Okay, so you've been de-risked. Right, so you've been de-risked. You haven't gone through. I'd say you've touched your first target. You haven't smashed through your first target. If we get a higher high, guys, if we get a higher high, the trade is going to be more appealing. Guys, if we get a higher high, it would be exactly the same entry point. Guys, exactly the same entry point of 203. Now, guys, if you did go short at 203, you only wanted to move 5 points to 198 to control your risk. It's gone exactly to the risk control point. Now, also, guys, if you're over your daily KPI or you're happy with your performance, please don't be romanced into taking another trade. Now, that short, guys, at 203 is basically on one more time only. Just be aware the FESX does not agree with the trade. Right, FESX is trying to buy off yesterday's low. The DAX is trying to sell off a soft pivot. Right, so the soft pivot would generally lose. So for the static traders, guys, you are looking for this candle to close under the pivot. This is exactly why. You're looking for these guys to close under the pivot, and then we're looking for a trade. Now, we do have a higher high, guys. We do have a higher high now. If the sellers do move in and absolutely slam the buyers, we now have an entry short at 205 versus 203. Okay, now if these guys start running, guys, if the risk is then too high to short, we're not taking a short. At the moment, the risk is around 15 points, guys, which is well inside our profile. So 15 points risk. Again, I'm watching the FESX very carefully, guys, because the FESX preference is we buy the market. Now, the problem with the DAX at this point in time, because we're under the OSR and we're under the daily, the previous daily low, we can't actually buy the market. We can only sell the market. So what is going to happen, and now we're in the last 90 seconds, guys, we're not going to take a trade. These buyers will either prove strong. Guys, if they prove strong, then they're going to try and push back up towards the upper OSR. For the DAX traders, the gap's a long way to the high side. Gap's a long way to the high side. So guys, anyone over the daily goal, as much as the market is going to keep producing signals, as one of the most valuable lessons I've ever learned myself, guys, is just stop. Once you're happy with your performance, Breezy's got, what's that, 15 to 25. So it's 40 points on the FTAX. Guys, again, knowing the maths on that, that's over $1,100 US. That's a really good day. I'd take the money and run. Guys, I would literally take the money and run. Now, if this candle, guys, after these buyers push in here really beautifully, if this candle now pushes back under, yeah, Breezy, well done. If these buyers push back under the upper OSR, guys, in the previous daily close, a low, I should say, if we push under and hold under, we're then looking for another reversal. If they close over the top, guys, we can't sell, we can only buy. Right now, we're waiting for them to close the candle to tell us what they want to do. And that there, guys, that close means that we can no longer take the OSR reversal short. Guys, we can't go long, can't go short, we're stuck. We had exactly this situation yesterday. Guys, we got stuck where we can't go up and we can't go down. So that's okay. Guys, that's okay. We'll just wait for them to decide what they're going to do. I'd suggest at this stage, the FESX is currently sandwiched between its trend indicator and its upper OSR, so it doesn't know what to do. The 15-minute FDAX traders want to buy the market, guys, but they're also mucking around inside their trend indicator. This drop-in ratio, guys, is setting us up for an absolutely beautiful reversal short. 76s, geez, yeah, it could be the gap 76s. It could be the gap 76, which is that one there. That's the gap 76. Let me just double check. So we're on top. All right, so you guys, actually that, I moved the Fibonacci down. That there explains why that sell trade was so amazing, right? Because they're still using their gap 76. Let me double check. Sorry. The gap 76 is higher than that. No, that's my still actually makes the trade even sexier. Oh yes, even better. So what it does, guys, the ratio drop means we want to sell the market. There is no question about that at all. We're currently waiting for permission to sell. Right now, at the moment, I can't assume a close, guys. I can't assume a close at this point in time underneath the upper OSR and previous daily low. So if we do close under, guys, we do have the potential for a really, really lovely structured reversal, guys, with some resistance in the market at 195. So there's a bit of resistance to the selling at 195. That's way beyond our potential entry point. So FDAX, please don't go down to 195. Please stay up there at this stage. So we're just waiting, guys, just watching what's going on. Let me grab a sip of water. Got 2 minutes until these markets decide what they want to do. So guys, again, one of the most valuable lessons I've ever learned is don't front run the market. Don't get in thinking they're going to close under a pivot, because if they turn around and go back the other way, you're like, wow, I've just broken a rule and now I'm paying a speeding ticket because I broke the rules. So the ratio drop, as the ratio drop in the market says, we're hunting for shorts. We don't have permission to go short yet. All right, we don't have permission to go short yet. Just going to put it there, guys. I'm going to say every time I run the LTR, guys, every time, if there's a trade we screw up, it gets pink or red. If there's a trade we miss, it gets a pink. If there's a trade that we've got traders that have actually picked up the trade, then obviously it gets a yellow. And I always underreport what I do. So if we've had 6 or 7 really good trades, guys, there'll only be 4 or 5 circles on there. We can never get in trouble for underreporting our performance. It's when you start making up fancy trades that you get in trouble. So we just don't do it. Never done it, guys. Never done it. These screenshots are not to impress anyone. The screenshots are, not only are they incredible to study, guys, if you go back 3 or 4 weeks and look at your screenshots and go, wow, we could have made so much more money if we did this and this and this and this and this. Ah, dear. All right, we are gearing up for a sell, guys. We are gearing up for a sell. We've got to wait for the candle to close. We've got to wait for the candle to close. Volatility is good. Volume is okay. Guys, what I need is this candle must close under the upper OSR and the previous daily low. We must close under. Okay. Now what we're looking for, perfect. No. I want a little bit of buying, guys. I want a little bit of buying. If you're going to, the trade is valid at 25200. The trade is valid at 25200. We've got resistance at 25199. Okay. At this stage, guys, I need the buyers to push up really strongly like that and fail, guys. That would mean that some of you are going to trade, guys, under the previous daily low. Now, if we run down to here, guys, the trade is valid here at 25200. Volatility is dropping, so you must use, please, a 5-point risk control. Now, if you've already traded well today and you've made your money, guys, please avoid the temptation of taking another trade. At this stage, MDI angle 65 degrees. That's fine. That's fine. At this stage, the static traders are outside the range of the candle, guys, at 25200. At 25200. Your target is 195. Some of you may already be short, guys, under the previous daily open. All right, off you go, sweetheart. This will be the last cab off the rank, I would suggest. So anybody short, guys, under the previous daily low, all right, you're looking good. Anybody short under the SPR, you're on first target now. Come on, sweetheart, bust it. Bust. Go. No, kiss and touch. Kiss and punch. Just punch, please. Anybody short, guys, at 200, you've gone 195. You've kissed your first target. You haven't paid it. Right? You've kissed your risk control. So anybody short, guys, anybody short under the previous daily low when the buyers pushed up, you guys have actually gone around 10s, which is great, which means you're through your first target. Dave, nice work, mate. Well done. That's fantastic. Anyone that's short, guys, under the SPR at 200, it's gone to 195, which is the risk control point. All right, now to take the same trade again, as in now we're looking for 205. So now we're looking for 205, which is here. To take that trade again, these buyers pushing up would need to get absolutely annihilated. Guys, you saw the first push up, the buyers pushed up, the sellers hit them. That enabled people to go short under the previous daily low. Again, the previous daily low trade is viable again, guys, at 205, provided these buyers push up and get absolutely drilled. Guys, it's the drilling of the buyers that we want to join. I'm just watching it count down. The volume is too low, guys. The volume is too low for multiple contract trading. It's okay for single contract trading, but not multiple contracts. All right, so right before the 90-second mark, guys, right before the 90-second mark, the 205s, if you're going to trade exactly the same trade again, the 205s have been picked up. With the volume dropping this low, I said that trade is probably the last cab off the rank. Not only are we edging towards the edge of the session, but we're also edging towards not enough volume. Okay, so if anyone did go short at 205, it's gone really well. If anyone's gone short at 200, it's only gone to your risk control point, guys. And I would suggest kissed your target, probably didn't pay it. On the FDXM, let me say, on the FDXM, it's exactly the same. So if you're on the FDXM, it's gone exactly the same distance as the FDAX. So So guys, at this stage, where are we at? We've had, look, my humble opinion, we've had a blast. We've had a really good session, guys. We've had a really good session so far. What does it ultimately mean? Everything we've spoken about, Blas, there you go. There's your there's your +5. So anybody short again at anyone short again at 25205, you've just gone through your 5 points again. There you go, Blas. Boom. So if Blas is outside paid, well done. All right, so guys, I'm gonna rule the day off. All right, that's us done. All right, that's us done. All right. So again, I'll put the circle here as a pivot-based reversal. Obviously, anyone short on the SBR, you've just smacked your 5-point target. Volatility is dropping, guys. Volume's dropping. So our stats today, guys, depending on how you trade, they're all green. They're all green. Blas, you can get a shout out as well. Right? Did anybody else do really, really well today? Okay, so Blas is going for a longer range target. Mate, well done. Blas, good job.
FDXM Delta confirmed.
Mate, that's a 4-point. It's no, not quite a 4-point turning bar short. It's a very strong candle. So I tell you guys, what lesson comes out today, and it's even for the newest of traders, guys. Double failure reversals off pivots. So once these guys close below the pivot, if you waited for the buyers to push up and sold back down, I mean, that's the single failure, double failure, triple failure. That's the 4th failure at the pivots. So guys, if the buyers are failing at the pivots, you can literally wait for the buyers to push up, put your order underneath the pivot and let it fall down. It's a very, very straightforward way to trade. So guys, today, my stats would suggest, again, we picked up the long after the retrace, we picked up the short, we picked up the short again, we picked up a long, we picked up a short, and we picked up a short. I reckon that's pretty good. Toby, fall, baby, fall. Fall, baby, fall. Okay, Toby, for you, dominant candle Fibonacci extension. Right, dominant candle extension. The acid test, mate, the acid test will be the 76.4 fib. Right, that'll be the test. You can see they're honoring the 61.8 perfectly. We do want them to sell down. As Arlen is back. Hello. How are you? Arlen, we've done really well today. We've had Toby's in a trade at the moment. Toby, perfect. There's your acid test, 76.4. So mate, there's the 100%. That's your risk control point. So please cut the risk off on your trade now so you're positive. Mate, again, you want them to absolutely toast that 133 extension. Because if they do, so just watch, mate, if they can toast that 133, they're going to go to the 161.8. Oh, Blas, nice work. Josh, nice work. Wow, you guys nailed it, guys. So Arlen Blas just got a 25-pointer. Michael Cooper, 5 and 25. My God, who taught you to trade, guys? This is amazing. Toby, 133 extension. Mate, bring your stop loss into the 76.4, unless you're already out. So that's a 5, 10, 15, 20. Your stop sitting just above 25. Just above 25, please. That's a really good stop loss. That's a really good stop loss. And again, guys, FDAX has gone straight to the 133, 141.4 combination extension there. So if they can't push through that, Toby, so this is their second go. So if you want to be cheeky, Tobes, you could put your stop at 180, 25180. If they push through that a third time and it fails, they're going to go further, right? They're going to go down here. So come on, this is the third push. This is the break, right? This is the break push. So your stop could come, mate, your stop could sit at 25177, and you've just been stopped out, I believe, but you've got a huge result. Sorry, Arlen, for talking when I'm not meant to be talking.
Totally fine. I'm not complaining. Guys, take your profits. Who am I to prevent you from that?
So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades we've spoken about today that have all gone way beyond their required profit target. So I'm stoked.
I'm very happy to hear
And
that you had a good session. An
we've had a good
interesting
session.
one.
It was very difficult for the first hour and 15 minutes, and then it became a little bit simpler. But look, everyone that's taken good trades, again, Michael, Vietnam, brand new to what we do, a 5 and 25. Awesome trade, mate.
Good job, guys. Good job. Are you having a lot of fun?
We're having fun, and we're rolling straight into a hub meeting that goes for an hour and 30 minutes time. So I've got to come back and pull all this apart again and teach everybody why we did what we did today. So that's actually going to be quite good fun.
Well, there you go.
Quite good fun, so.
Guys and girls, I want to remind you that we have a promotion. And we actually had a flash sale yesterday, but some people had some technical difficulties with buying a challenge. So we have extended the flash sale for today as well. So you hear it here at the live trading room. We have 40% off if you're completely new to the trading pit, if you haven't started trading yet, with the code TTPNEW40. Or if you're already are an existing client, you get 30% off with TTP Client 30. So that's valid for today as well, May 28th. Check it out. Have a look.
Wow. Okay.
It's the time to get started if you haven't already. And Lachlan, thank you so much for another wonderful session. We'll see you next Thursday here
100%.
at the live trading room, TTP Samurai.
We will be here with bells on, absolutely. And guys, thank you to everybody, everyone that's done well today. Some of you have cracked 1,000 US, which is really exciting. So guys, again, hub meeting's on in 30 minutes. I'll go and get ready for that. Arlen, thank you for having us. We really love TTP's support, and we've had another good day. So it's awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Awesome. Have a wonderful
Alrighty.
trading day ahead.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for your help, guys. Well done.
See you.
All right, I'm going to go and rest my voice. Bye-bye.